name's Derek Smith and I'm Principal and CEO at Olushore International School. I've been working in education for around 25 years now and worked extensively across West Africa, and I've been in Nigeria for coming up to 10 years now, across Lagos, Abuja and then here in Olushore. We're very much focused on excellence in education and in everything else that we do. I think it's important as a school to benchmark yourself against where you want to be. We see ourselves as providing an international standard education, really the sort of education that children could get if they went overseas. They can get that by staying here in Nigeria. And so what we try to do is benchmark ourselves against those international schools, be that in academics, for example, doing international exams like the IGCSE, SATs, and be that in terms of sports facilities. We have a facility director from India coming in to make sure that we have international standards in our facilities. And we try to be consistent in that, looking at getting recognition from international organisations. So we recently gained the International School Award, the ISA, through the British Council. We're also a member of COBIS, which is the Council of British International Schools. I've worked in a number of schools in Nigeria, and I obviously know quite a lot of people in education in Nigeria, and I'm aware of the challenges sometimes in terms of teachers' support. As a school, we're committed to making sure that we deliver everything to teachers that we can and everything that they need to continue. At a very basic level, and it's unfortunate in Nigeria, there are many schools that maybe are unable to make their payments or salaries on time. And I think that's one of the things that we are absolutely committed to. As a member of staff, as an employee, you should know that your salary is going to be paid on time every month in full, and that is absolutely our baseline. We also, as a boarding school, our teaching staff all live on site, so we make sure that they have good quality accommodation. We ensure that services in place such as electricity, water. It's important that staff have access to food, so we provide lunch for all our staff when they're teaching, really to make sure that all the basics are met and everything that's necessary. And then in terms of professional development, we're very focused on ensuring our staff have the opportunity to develop and grow. So we can conduct a lot of professional development, be that internally. We also work with the British Council, and the British Council provides a number of trainings, both online and face-to-face. We're also a member of ASIN, the Association of International Schools of Nigeria, and as a school we take a lead in the professional development that goes on there, allowing teachers from international schools to meet on a regular basis to share their experiences and to share what is being successful in their school. And then externally, as I say, we benchmark ourselves internationally. So we have close links with both Lancaster University and Bradford College in the UK. And what we do is we have trainers come out from there, usually about 3 times a year, and spend a week with us here in school, developing programs, delivering sort of bespoke training for our teachers. And then we also have a system where around about 5 of our teachers each year go to the UK and they work with both Bradford College and Lancaster University, and also actually spend a week in schools in the UK seeing what is best practice in their schools so they can develop themselves. So really we as a school feel that it's important to meet all your teachers' basic needs, but also allow them to develop and give them opportunities. I've always wanted to be a teacher. Why do you always want to be a teacher? I want to be a teacher because I want to give people opportunities, and you want to see what people grow. The great advantage I have of having been in education for 25 years and what continues to fuel you after 25 years is looking back and seeing what the children that you have worked with in the past have achieved. Sometimes, let me say often, teaching is a very challenging task. I know that people going into teaching find it very challenging, maybe the demands, the workload. It's not one of those jobs that you can close at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock and go home and forget about. You've got your lessons to plan, you've got everything to prepare. So it's hard work. So you need something to inspire you. Maybe I can just share with you 2 stories from my past, because at the end of the day, I'll tell people who are going into teaching, it gets easier. It doesn't get easier in terms of workload, it just gets easier because you learn what you're doing. A student of mine who I taught around about 15, 16 years ago, I taught her in a school across West Africa in the Gambia. And obviously I'm still in touch with these students. She's just gained her PhD from Cambridge University, looking at some genetic variations that cause some diseases. And you think, these are the reasons we do it. The people, actually we're providing a platform, an opportunity for these children to go on and be successful and change the world. And on the other side, I have another student, again, from about 17 years ago. He's a very successful accountant now. I'm proud he's a very successful accountant, but the main thing that inspires me about him is every year he takes on a project. And 2 years ago, he came back to Africa and he was working in the Congo, in Accra, in Ghana, developing hospitals and retransport local communities. And then last year he was over in the Philippines working on a project to support a community that had been devastated by one of the typhoons. And I think the inspiration for us all as teachers is really not what happens on a day-to-day basis, but realizing that you're contributing to children's development, you're giving them the opportunity to grow and go out and improve the world in future. I think yes and no. It's interesting to get the balance. Good education and good learning is something that will always stand the test of time. But how you actually apply that learning, provide opportunities to access that learning is the key. And that's where technology comes in. As a school, we're committed to giving children the opportunities to use technology to improve their learning. So one of the things that we have been working with Apple over the last 2 years is to look at how we can use technology in the learning to improve the learning. It's not about giving everybody a piece of technology. Sometimes it seems like a good idea just to give everybody a computer, everybody an iPad or a tablet, and not really think about what you're doing with it. Whereas in fact that can be detrimental. I did a lot of studies during my master's program and also some of the work that we did in Abuja around the effects of introducing technology into the classroom. And it can actually be detrimental because you have to focus on the pedagogy. You have to focus on the learning and what it is that you want children to learn. So as I say, we've been working with Apple for 2 years now, looking at introducing tablets, iPads specifically, into the classroom. So this year, 2016, all of our Year 7 children, that's JS1, will be getting an iPad as part of their package of learning material. So it's not replacing everything, it's an addition. But as I say, we've been doing this for 2 years, so our teachers have been working for 2 years and training on how to improve their pedagogy and how to best deliver learning to children through that. So they've been writing courses for iTunes U, specifically dedicated to the objectives that we want to achieve in the classroom. And I think that's the key. What you see going on in a classroom superficially might be changing, but the underlying pedagogy of ensuring that children learn and children get the opportunity to develop themselves remains the same. I think high points are obviously externally. High points are when you get exceptional exam results, and we were placed number 7 in Nigeria for our WASE results. Again, that always gives you a big boost. But other high points are when you see children doing different things. For example, one of our students in year 10, SS1, last year came top in public speaking nationally for the ASIN debate. So again, these are the things. And also the success is when you see children who think they can't do something suddenly being able to do something, and that's a small thing that goes on inside school, and we know it, and maybe it's not something that's shouted about, but you see suddenly somebody being able to do the mathematics that they couldn't do. You see a child who was quiet in the class standing up and giving a presentation confidently. You see children who maybe were wary of using commuting be able to actually come under it. So those I think are the things that make a difference.